Well, hello there, guys. Today we're going to be streaming the German campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. Now, I want to make sure that you guys understand that the starting year for this campaign is in 1890. You heard that right, 1890. So, of course, we are starting pretty early on in terms of a naval career. Let's jump right in, folks, and we're both, I think, getting kind of used to the campaign here. So I think we'll both actually be learning. But from my understanding, we need to research new ships. We need to, of course, get into battles with the English, amongst many other things. Here we go. Well, that's not a very naval sound. Okay, there we go, guys. I want to make sure that I have that paused. And I wanted to see if we could have just a little bit of music. All right, folks, here we go. First things first is, of course, just moving our ships around. I think that's really just the initial goal here, is to move them around from port to port and try to get into some sort of naval conflict. How you doing, Butter Toast? Good to see you, bud. So first things first, we've got some ships here in Kiel. I'm going to move them to Helgoland, and two of them are actually battleships. So we'll do something like this. Even send some torpedo boats over. Over at Bremen, it looks like things are fairly calm, so I don't want to mess around with them too much. But look at that. At Hamburg, we've actually got two battleships. I'm going to send two to Wilhelmshaven. Hello, Anthony Jones and the great Mike. Good to see you guys, too. Let me put this on mute so that I can watch at the same time. Once again, OBS did not let us stream this game. We had to display capture it. Thank you so much, OBS, for being so helpful. Why do I even use you? So there we go. We're going to send two of them that way. We'll send a torpedo boat as well. And I think so far those are going to be okay moves, although I want to take that other battleship at Hamburg and send him to Helgoland. So, of course, the campaign is in its infancy, guys. We don't exactly have a specific area that we can send them to besides other ports, and then I think that the game just sort of naturally gets us into conflicts. Now, this is our financial situation over here. We also have a shipyard, which we could, of course, increase the development size of. Let's go ahead, and why not? We'll do that. Let's see just how long it's going to take. I don't want to put too much into this. Let's put 8 million into it. And as for our government budget, I feel like there's not nearly enough put into crew training, which obviously translates into guys that are not very well trained at sea. So let's go ahead and get that crew training up and running. As for research, I believe this automatically kind of goes on its own, but I'd like to focus here on the engines. And it looks like we have different free priorities here. So let's take a look here. Ship machinery. Yeah, that seems to be focusing on the ship machinery. I think everything is kind of working on its own. As you can see here, 74 months, 12 months, etc. 3% on engines. And that's really what I want to go for initially. Now, this is the ship design. I don't want to mess around with this too much. Suffice it to say, I want to get some additional battleships. So let's go ahead and build about 2 of them. 3 of them, why not? All right, folks, we are ending the turn, and hopefully next turn will be in quite a nice-sized battle. All right, here we go. Let's go to next turn. So far, no battles. Usually by now, we need to duke it out with one of these guys, but evidently they're taking their time. Fair enough. Let's move 2 of the battleships from Helgoland with a torpedo boat, etc. Maybe another torpedo boat. Oh, baby. There we go, guys. We've got a hell of a fight here. It looks like our battleship against their battleship, as well as a few cruisers, light cruisers, and a torpedo boat. It looks pretty even. Let's get to fighting. Enemy forces near our coast. We must send these Englanders to hell. Let's do it, boys. We can absolutely design a ship in time, Mike. That's a great idea. I'll let you guys do the tough work, though. So I think they outnumber us with heavy cruisers. Unfortunately, it looks like it's probably the enemy's battle. And look at that, right away the battle commenced. We don't usually have that kind of luck. I'll actually break this guy. He's actually already detached, never mind. I was going to say break him away. But I just want to have both of these guys break away. I want to have the torpedo boat head directly towards the enemy. So I'd actually start targeting some of the enemy torpedo boats here. They are a threat. I'm actually going to set target there. And hopefully wipe him out before he becomes too much of a threat. I want to shield him from the rest of our navy. So I am going to focus the Fritjolf on that bad boy right there. Let's hope we knock him down. I would change ammo type. In fact, I will change ammo type to high explosive. But maybe that's a mistake. Maybe we should keep it on armor piercing. Although I don't think we need armor piercing for torpedo boats like this. That's a good point, Mike. I wonder how that distinction is made, honestly. Like, for instance, in Portugal, we say Pela Pátria, which is kind of for the fatherland. I want to be careful here. I'm going to turn that torpedo boat. See, this is the problem. I've had this happen before, where the trajectory of one of our ships gets in the way of the torpedo boat. So I'm actually going to slow him down quite a bit, just to make sure that that torpedo boat keeps on going towards the enemy. We're not focusing on the deadliest enemy ships, but knocking out this guy early on, I think, is a huge benefit. And God, aren't these tracers just beautiful? Und den Kaiser. Ah. Danke, Anthony. Not quite in range to be effective yet. Come on, baby. As you can see, there are only 8% chance of a hit, according to the firing solutions, so we might just need to get a bit closer. This is early war, so of course, we don't have guns that are nearly as accurate as, say, something from even World War I, as a matter of fact. This is pre-World War I naval combat. The birth of the Dreadnought, and I'm going to have this guy also focused on that torpedo boat. Just want to wipe out that threat. Oh, how did that not pierce? That had to have done some damage there. No, he's looking fine. He is looking fine. Homeland in Latin. Interesting. You know what? I'll have him also focus on the torpedo boat. I think he kind of already was. But at some point, I'm going to change his trajectory once we get into range of the Caesar there. That's the main enemy battleship. That's really what we want to knock out. Try to turn the Friedhof now that the torpedo boat is no longer going this way. And we're actually going to turn the Elbing this way. Do the same with the Stettin. Turn him this way. We'll micromanage as we need to. But actually, the torpedo boat seems to be turning away. I don't think he likes the odds here. Let's increase that speed. From Stoby speed to fast. Do us a huge favor, boys, and bayonet or open fire on that like button. Oh, battleship is taking some hits, and you know what? Pretty soon here, I am going to switch fire from the Fritjolf onto the Caesar. Let's do it. We've actually got a fire on board the torpedo boat. That's always a nice sign. But I'll let the rest of our ships focus on him while I focus over here on the Caesar. All right, get ready with those torpedoes, boys. Oh, this is going to go beautifully as long as we can make it there. I want to make sure I cut directly in front of him so that we catch his lane of travel here and, of course, get the perfect shot with the torps. So close, so close. Come on, baby. Yup, he popped the torps. And we're going to turn everything on aggressive right here. Because, of course, this is typically... Actually, no, it looks like we can't for the rest of the guns. This is typically when a torpedo boat loses its life. But hopefully we can mitigate that. Come on, baby! He's firing his torps too. You son of a bitch. You know what we could do? We can use the rudder to try and get out of the way. Although I don't think we will, but neither will he. Boom! Right in his rudder, boys and girls. Right in that rudder. And just as I suspected, he did get us as well, but we're going to keep on firing, and it's a flash fire! It's a flash fire on board the Caesar, boys. She's going down. One of the luckiest hits we could have gotten. Für das Vaterland! Look at that. The gun casing went flying off the damn thing. The battle is not over. Man, that was pretty nice. Looks like that torpedo boat is also going down. Unfortunately, the Orion is going down as well. Through all that chaos, they did manage to take out the Orion. Let's see if we can't kill that Zebra. Like, I'm going to pop some smoke. Stettin is also on the way, and we've still got the Fritjolf. He's going to have to go and chase the Bedford over there. I don't think the British are going to be very happy with that sinking. Pretty nice. We're going to put this guy on autopilot. Hopefully he can save the ship. Although, again, since it's very early war, these guys do not take on water well. You can see here that essentially the entire back of the ship, as well as the bow side, are basically underwater. Look at that ship, though. Completely on fire. A flash fire tearing through the crew. There's not much hope there for them. Stettin. Here's the Zebra. Gotta watch out for friendly fire too, guys. Hello, Odenaut. Good to see you, buddy. You just missed an exceptional explosion that we got on an enemy ship. We're still chasing the rest of them, though. This game absolutely gives you those massive naval battles. Let's turn around even more. I want to chase that boat. Now, he might not even have any more torpedoes, since he used them on a previous ship of ours. But he is certainly still part of the battle. It's amazing how ineffective these early guns are. It's only after, you know, quite a lot of research and time that we get some pretty decent naval stuff. But I love these fights. Let's focus on the Shannon there. Quite a big ship. The torpedo boat is pretty much finished. Just take a look here at the condition of the Bedford. So the Shannon and the Bedford, the other two enemy ships, are looking just fine. And if we want to, we can actually speed forward time to make this battle a bit quicker. But I want to keep things as they are for now. We're still kind of looking for targets. Just make sure the Ariadne completely turns there. And we could actually get him into range for a torpedo strike. I think that's what I'm going to do. Despite this not being the ideal ship for a torpedo attack, while we're moving in, though, let's keep our fire on the Zebra. We really have to play a game of cat and mouse here because we want to pop those torpedoes, but we don't want to get in range of those big guns. One good torpedo shot could completely wipe out the Shannon. We saw what happened to the previous ship. Let's just say that these early ships do not have the best anti-torpedo capabilities. So a nice shot here would just be beautiful. Come on, Ariadne. I want to say Adrian so bad. Adrian! There we go. Aggressive fire for the torp, which means the first opportunity he gets, he's going to let those torps loose. Come on, boys. Oh, enemy just popped a torp as well. That's awfully close. We could try to avoid it with the rudder, but we've got our own torpedo to fire. No, I don't think we're not avoiding that hit. We could try to slow down. Might be too late, though. Gonna try to stop. And damn it, why don't you fire your torpedo, Ariadne? Oh, I thought we were gonna miss it. Unfortunately not. Come on, son. Come on, son. Fire those torps. We've essentially, any and all profits made during this and future streams, guys, will be going towards my Merchant Mariner's license. Let's go ahead and put that on aggressive. Fire. I'm even going to slow the ship down to half. Should be no reason why he doesn't pop those torpedoes. Come on, Stettin. For goodness sakes. Okay, the torpedo's on the rear of the ship. That explains it. We need to turn away from this guy. My mistake and lesson learned, and hopefully we get a nice shot here. We should get a pretty nice shot. Here we go, boys. What a strange place to have a torpedo. Well, not necessarily, right? Come on, please fire that damn thing. Fire. Seems like this would be the perfect time to shoot it. Oh, there we go. It is fired. I'm not sure if it was a good shot. Here we go, guys. Fingers crossed. Oh my goodness, he's traveling so damn fast. I believe that's all they have left. Now, I wonder if we need to bring these ships back to port to be able to get any repairs, or how that even happens in this game, since we don't actually get to pick the patrols. We just kind of have to, or get the ability to move ships from port to port. That's not going to appeal to everybody, I don't think. Look at that. Oh, yes! He's definitely taking on water. You can see the center of the ship. Just a little bit of added ballast, that's all. No, I think we've got him. Pick up any survivors, boys. Let's turn a little bit to starboard here. Might as well, just to keep those guns firing. Kaiserliche Marine. Very cool. Looks like he's foundering to me. Let's just say he doesn't look good. Actually managed to damage the Fritjof's rudder there towards the end. Not something I enjoy, but we can get back to port and fix that nonetheless. Those are the kind of hits I aim for against enemy ships. And he is dead in the water for all intents and purposes, but still firing. Effective fire, too. I'm sure all of these ships are coming back. Stettin. Oh, how did they miss that? Again, with the lack of crew training, which occurs early on, and of course, the weapons being pretty lackluster early on in the war, easy shot like that gets missed. If this was World War I or World War II, that would be an easy kill. This ship would be blown to bits. And you can see they're actually managing to pump some of that water out. This may take a little longer than we'd like. Nonetheless, with a game like this, it absolutely is a time commitment. I mean, you can't just rush your way through Dreadnoughts. It doesn't work that way. I think the Kaiser would be proud. And look at the Elbing. Look how quickly he's moving. Getting closer and closer to the target and getting some very nice broadside shots. We might just send him directly towards the enemy. And we have a torpedo. If we take a look there, once again, it's one of those rear torpedoes, which really changes my strategy for future battles. Because basically we just have to get close, turn away, and we get a nice torpedo shot. Yup, he is taking on serious flooding again, guys. That ship is about to founder completely. Retiolf hopefully getting away almost totally unscratched or unscathed, but he has taken that rudder damage. Probably won't be prepared for battle for another month or two. I don't know. How long does it take to fix a rudder is the real question here. And actually, we're going to use the rudder to turn him as hard as he can go here, just to get the best shot right in the enemy's rear. I know, that's what she said, but this is the best place to hit most ships. Although this typically applies just to the age of sail, hitting the enemy in the back. I'm thinking that in modern-day ships, it's probably just a hit on the starboard or port side, since they present the largest target. Nonetheless, we're going to go for those rear shots there. Yeah, baby. Pretty effective, man. Good shooting, Fritjolf. And actually, we'll just keep that position. I'm gonna get the rudder back to normal. Or actually, we're gonna turn the rudder 38 degrees. Turn to port. Looks like he's already sunk. My goodness, look at how low in the water that ship is. You can also tell, guys, if you just look at the ships, these look nothing like World War I or World War II ships. They really are dreadnoughts. Like almost Civil War ironclads is what we're dealing with here. A step above that, basically. Her Majesty's ship has taken on some heavy flooding, and he is foundering. He's stopped in the water. I think it's only a matter of time before he goes down. Fritjolf, focus your fire. And actually, I'm going to switch to high explosive and to put all these guns on aggressive. The secondary guns are all going to be on aggressive. So every able-bodied man on the ship, even the stewards, the cooks, etc., are going to be firing at the enemy here. I like that little ping. That was nice. Right off the side of the ship. Nice. That's working. That is working. The aggressive fire is definitely making a difference, and some more fires, as well as some more penetration, guys. And I know just how much y'all love penetration. Pre-Dreadnought says Anasi. Exactly. Artoriax Dux Bellorum. They were called pre-Dreadnoughts. Yes, I love it. I didn't know that. I learned something new on my own streams. I love it. So pre-Dreadnoughts indeed. Just look at those things, man. Very steampunky, just a beautiful ship. Welcome to the stream, by the way, guys. Oh, yeah. 135 on penetration. He is about to go down. Just want to keep those fires raging out of control, which is why I chose the high explosive rounds. Dead in the water. And actually falling to the port side there. It looks like he's about to just roll, as a matter of fact. He's a tough bastard, I must say. We'll absolutely send out rescue crews to help the seamen that have gone down in this fight, because the men on the Bedford are extraordinarily brave. I hope my own Kaiserliche Marine have this same spirit to fight to the very end. But it's only a matter of time, and I recommend they get the hell off. For those of you that got here with the early stream, you guys saw that flash explosion. Man, how deadly is that? And, you know, myself, I'm looking to go into the Merchant Marines. Of course, we don't deal with combat or anything like that, but just the thought that a gasoline explosion could cause that effect, it's like you have no chance to escape whatsoever. You are dead. There is no way you are getting away from that. And when I saw that on a battleship of all things that we destroyed, it really just goes to show how deadly naval combat can be. Andrew Hawkins, good day, sir. Anasi says, I have the game, but I want to wait to play the campaign until it releases on Steam, probably within a few more fixes. I don't blame you. Obviously, they're still working on it, and you guys will see that on the campaign map. Like, for instance, you can only move ships from port to port. You can't actually move them on predetermined routes across the ocean. So I do hope they fix that. Oh, damn. Elbing took a nasty hit, boys. Elbing took a nasty hit. We don't want to lose this ship. He's still fighting. Like I said, the guys on the Bedford deserve every bit of respect. We're going to turn the Fritjolf a bit closer just to get that broadside shot. We also have to worry about a friendly fire here. What a beautiful first battle, though. What did you guys think of this first fight? These fights absolutely take some time. It's not just over in a few seconds. You gotta invest some time in these fights for sure. Even with that fire raging on nearly every deck, they're still fighting. Might just need to send in the torpedo boat for a kill. Do we still have a torpedo? We do indeed. Yeah, we could certainly just get a shot here. I'm going to start turning towards the enemy there. Although the torpedo boat has also taken some hits during the fight. Razgrees, if you learn anything from war, specifically the USS Yorktown, never assume a listing ship will go down. Thank you. I did not consider that, but you know what? This is proof of that. This is proof of that. This thing is still combat ready. In fact, at this point, it's sort of like a floating fortress. It's doing a lot of damage. So hopefully a torpedo will put it to sleep. But you're absolutely right, Razgriz. I wonder if I have any Merchant Mariner subscribers. That would be freaking amazing. Or even just some Navy subscribers. I know I have some Navy subscribers because one of my administrators is in the Navy. So, easy answer to that question. Thank you, Dave Jiju. And I believe Texas Spirit is in the Air Force. So we've got quite a few characters here. Oh boy, not moving nearly as fast as he was before. We just need to get into torpedo range, folks. That's it. He might be going slow, but if we can get into torpedo range, we should be okay. I'm going to put the Elbing on AI control just to get him away from the battlefield. Even after this fight, even if this ends up, and I think it will end up being a victory, the enemy has done a tremendous amount of damage to our fleet here. Luckily, that fire seems to be raging out of control right now. Look at that. He's still barely moving. He is foundering, but he is still barely moving in the water. Maybe like 1 knot every 10 minutes. He's still managing to move incredibly. Come on, baby. Not yet, Anasi. We have just started the campaign, my friend, so we are pretty much completely new to the game. Now, we have started research on a few different things. Fritjolf, get the kill now, son. And I'm actually going to switch that HE just to auto. I'll let him pick his own shots. The Fritjolf does not have any more torpedoes, from what I can tell. Nope. The Fritjolf never had torpedoes, only our light cruisers, excuse me, not our battleships. Let's turn him this way just so he gets a nice little broadside. And we'll put him to Stobie speed. Just make sure that he is completely focused on destroying the Bedford. Look at those massive guns. I know they're not very impressive right now, but for 1880, these are incredible guns. Talk about gunboat diplomacy. Penetrating hit, fire, and more flooding. Hopefully that's enough to send her right back down to Davy Jones' locker. We're actually in torpedo range. There we go. Torpedoes have been fired. Yep, somebody mentioned torpedo at BB. Oh, thank you, Andrew. I didn't see that. Got hit by a torp when I wasn't looking. Damn it. Well, let's hope that this torp that our torpedo boat just fired, because I put it on aggressive, he fired pretty quickly. Let's hope it actually hits the Bedford. In fact, there are 2 fish in the water right now. There we go. Down she goes, boys. Deutschland, Deutschland über alles. Oh, boys. The battle is over. The Kaiser is proud. What about those fish? Let's see what happens. Oh, I'm sorry to the survivors. Oh, guys, I don't think we're going to have to send out any rescue boats for that. I really was trying to save the survivors of the Bedford. They put up a good fight, but... das ist Krieg. That is the way war is, I guess. Well done, boys. And there we go, guys. A nice little Border Patrol victory. Got some victory points. Crew losses. Now, I love this. You guys know how much I love my statistics in-game, especially when it comes to enemy casualties. Look at that. We lost 797 able seamen. The enemy lost 2,042, probably able seamen and officers included. Amazing. What a fun fight. Man. I love that. So there we go, guys. Our first victory in game. At this point, I just want to keep on moving our ships in between those ports. It seems that sending our ships to Helgoland and Emden is the best approach. Now, unfortunately, due to OBS, we can't actually game capture this. We have to display capture. So I would ask that you guys allow me some patience. I do have to drop ads, although if anybody donates pretty much anything over $2, we'll stop ads entirely for the rest of the stream, but I do apologize in advance. All right, guys, let's get back to the stream. In the meantime as well, we have the ship design focus over here. Do you guys want to take a look at this? Somebody mentioned earlier they want to build a ship. If you guys want to try this, we certainly can do that. Fun. 3 Dead fun. Well, yes. Let's just take a look at the design focus. So this is if we were to like start from the very beginning. We've got some existing designs like the Mecklenburg here. But again, this particular part of the game, I mean, I think it's an amazing part, which, you know, allows you to completely, fully customize a ship. But I'm not sure if we want to take on this responsibility right now. Keep in mind, just through the research screen, we are unlocking different historical ship makeups, etc. So we take a look over here. So I think for now, maybe we just kind of keep things as they are. What do we have in Prussia? Anything at Danzig? Oh, we have a battleship. You know what? Let's move this guy over here to Wilhelmshaven, because I don't expect any contact over there in the Baltic. Two ships against 2 enemy torpedo boats and a light cruiser. Doesn't look like we can do any delaying action here. Yes, we have started expanding the shipyard on Aussie. I think that's actually the first thing we did, was paid to expand the shipyard. 5 transport ships. The goal is going to be killing the Severn. Let's try. Let's do our best. I can't promise anything, but I am going to try to kill that Severn. It's only a light cruiser, and of course, if we manage to destroy some transport boats, that would be pretty amazing. Smoke spotted to the southwest. Let's first of all look to the southwest. Probably about this way. We'll actually go ahead and fast forward as well. Although usually when it's on 5 speed and doesn't allow you to go to 10 speed, It usually means that we already have spotted the enemy fleet, although I don't see a thing. Oh yeah, sure enough, there she is. We're going to keep moving forward with the Deutschland. And actually, I should have separated these guys. I've got them in the same fleet. Let me... Oh, never mind. Doesn't seem to be in the same division. Yeah, nice. The Groudons can move independently. Let's just get that back to normal speed. And let me just take a quick look at the situation. Where is that big warship? It's not him. That's just a torpedo boat. There's the Severn. It's a light cruiser. Let's focus on the Severn for now. I'm going to turn the Deutschland this way. And with the Graudens, I'm just going to keep on this course. Hopefully we don't have to worry about friendly fire, although that's certainly a possibility here. I want to put my full focus on the Severn. Yeah, that's awfully close. Could be a friendly fire situation if we're not careful. So let's keep turning. Maybe something more like this. Hello, Gabriel Monares. How you doing, buddy? Again, taking him out, I think, is the key to this particular fight. At this distance, though, we're just not doing any damage. Let's focus on the torpedo boat here with the Graudens. I'm going to start turning to port, and then we'll just start firing here. Yeah, he is closing in, too. The Albacore. What a name for a torpedo boat. And tuna can be pretty vicious creatures, believe it or not. See, I would think right now we are fully in range with our guns. Should be doing some pretty significant damage. Let's switch over to armor-piercing ammunition. I'm also going to put all secondaries on aggressive. He's popping some smoke to see if he can avoid us. Okay. I see how it works. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. If you guys like these streams, make sure to also follow us on Twitch. It's the same name as here. Simply twitch.tv/AgrippaMaxentius. We do a lot of streams over there. I'd love to do more on YouTube, but there's a lot of, rules on YouTube that we don't really need to follow on Twitch. Look at that. We've got him on fire. Although I suspect that torpedo boat is going to go for a shot. Come on, boys. Torp shots. You said you hit it with a torp. Nice. So I guess he did fire the rear torp. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Look at that. He's reloading another one. Man, those torpedoes early on in this particular part of the war, that seems to be the most important thing. The guns are simply, the primary guns simply are not strong enough to destroy these ships super quickly. But those torpedoes make all the difference. Come on, just a few more hits. Severn has managed to put out that fire, although they do have damage on board. Let's try to get a little bit closer. Albacore seems to be turning in our direction again, maybe to fire another torpedo. Ooh, nasty hit there. Got some flooding on one of the lower decks, one of the engine room decks. There we go. Some more flooding, and I think he's about to go down. Yeah, Albacore is looking real bad. Massive flooding on the bottom of the ship there. Another nice hit, and down she goes for sure. Some fires you simply can't put out. This is a good example of one of them. All right, at this point, I am going to turn towards the rest of the enemy fleet over here. It's quite a sharp turn, but we can handle it. Ooh, they're managing to pump some of that water out. I gotta say, the crew on this ship is... They are just very hard workers, let's put it that way. It's true, Gabriel. I think you know what it is. They're trying to get vengeance from... Oh, look at that. We just fired a fish. They're trying to get vengeance from us killing their battleship. Here we go, guys. I think that fish is going to be the killing blow. Beautiful little torpedo there. Come on, baby. Hit that like button for a strike, boys. Here we go. Cupping. Oh, we didn't need that final hit, but that's certainly going to kill the albacore. Oh my goodness, she's still afloat. How is that even possible? Although she has a fire raging throughout, and there we go. There is the flash fire, guys. That's what I was talking about before. No escape for the crew. A flash fire like that cooks everything like a Totino's pizza roll. There's no escaping that. Let's put it that way. Yeah, TP's torpedoes are OP in this game. Well, especially early war. Like, I'm guessing as you get closer and closer to World War I, World War II, those primary guns are going to start getting pretty nasty. But early on here, torpedoes are the best thing you've got. All right, let's see if we can't take out the Severn. That's the other big mama here. We managed to kill an enemy battleship, but can we wipe out the Severn? And more importantly, do we have another torpedo? And thankfully, the answer to that is yes, we do. Down she goes. Even the rescue ship is kind of just flooded with fuel. Not exactly a good thing. Call den Sforza Kaiser. Come on, boys. Also, guys, I want to ask for a huge favor, and that is once this video uploads, please make sure to drop a comment down below. Not in the chat, as much as I love chatting with you guys. Make sure to also make it a comment. It really helps with that old YouTube algorithm. By the way, we've got a fire on the Severn, and I'm going to turn the Groudons even more. I'll also pop some smoke, try to avoid some damage for a bit. And there we go. Another British ship. That fire is under control, though. We've got a tiny fire above the rudder. The best part of this is the rudder being flooded. I think the flash fire was caused by the torpedo, but I'm not sure what you mean. Maybe, I'm sure you know more than I do about naval stuff. Maybe for a ship like that small, a flash fire couldn't occur, is what you're saying? Quite possible. Quite possible. Oh, Severn is taking on heavy water, boys. Although all of the fires are out on board, but he is taking on heavy, heavy water. Just need to get another shot here. Trying to get ahead of the Severn so we can pop that rear torpedo. Oh, you guys are talking about carriers. Yeah, sadly, no carriers. That game War on the Sea, of course, does have carriers. I think that it would be a great touch to this game. But then they would have to add an aerial component. And I'm not sure if the developers can or will do that. I'm just not sure. Severn taking some nasty shots there. We've got him trapped between two massive ships. thing I don't like about War in the Pacific, War on the Sea, and the reason I haven't uploaded any videos on it recently, and I've mentioned it before on stream, it's because they just haven't added anything. You know, they do like every 3 months or 4 months, they'll be like, oh, we've added, you know, this slight change, but it's not game changing. They have all these different campaigns set up, like Atlantic campaigns, etc. That's what I'm waiting for. I want to get my Atlantic campaigns on. Here we go, baby. Look at that fire, once again, raging out of control on the Severn. And if we just take a look at the ship diagram, it looks like mid-ship, a lot of damage. Keep it up, Deutschland. Love that name for a ship. We're going to turn this into our flagship for sure. It is, Anthony, and I have to say, like, I love the B-17 attacks in that game. I love the aerial attacks. In fact, one of my most successful videos here on the channel is my carrier strike video on War on the Sea. I just want them to add more stuff, man. I really do. Like, I think they could add more. You know, look, I don't know anybody's schedule there, by the way. We just got a nice hit there on the 11. But I don't know everybody's schedule on that particular team, but I really wish they would do more. You know what? I'm going to switch fire with this light cruiser onto the 11. Let's just keep the Deutschland focused on the Severn here. They managed to pump out a dramatic amount of water. I mean, those guys were hard at work, man. Unbelievable. You know what? Maybe we should focus on the 11 right now. Let's kill him. And then we'll put everything towards the Severn here and finish her off. I think that's a safe bet, especially since this is still a dangerous torpedo boat. Let's put her down. It's not great. No, it's not great. I was playing a game recently where the AI was actually quite good. God, it'll come to me eventually. There we go. We've got a fire on board again. They managed to put those fires out very quickly. It seems the British crews are much better trained than we are. The British, of course, do have a larger navy. We are just in our infancy. Just recently out of the Franco-Prussian War, as a matter of fact. There's that torpedo. Gonna try to do a hard turn to port to avoid it. I think we can avoid it just fine. Yeah, let's do that. See, already training for my merchant mariner career. I'm learning my terms. I'm learning how to turn at the proper time. You know, walls are no longer walls. They're bulkheads. Right is no longer right. It's starboard. Left is no longer left. It's port. I'm getting ready. Here we go. He's still doing just fine. I mean, with all of that fire on board, you would think that he would be in real danger, but the ship is looking okay. Thankfully, we did miss those torpedoes. Let's just put things back to normal there. 2 wasted torps for the enemy. Turn the Groudens completely around. He might have some rear torpedoes, although I doubt it. Oh, I have not taken a look on the mods. I'm glad you said that, Gabriel. I have not taken a look at the mods for that game. Can you give me an idea of, like, what they've added? I mean, if they've added campaigns or missions, expect one of those videos up very soon on the Agrippa Maxentius channel, because that's what I'm looking for. He is speeding away. It could be that the enemy fleet in this battle is just escaping. In fact, I think that's exactly what's going on. Love to get an additional kill, though. Gonna speed things up just a little bit here, folks. That's another thing people have been complaining about is Age of Sail and their lack of updates, but from what I understand, they have a pretty major update on the way. Again, take that with a grain of salt. Sorry I have to do this, folks. That's a good question. Does it have B-25s? See, the danger here is just continuing and taking a significant amount of damage on our own craft without ever really catching up to the Severn. So I think what I'll do, I'll go ahead and head this way. We've already, you know, tasted blood. Maybe we could just head away. We each go on our own path, and the Severn gets away for this one, for this particular fight. Again, we managed to destroy one of the enemy battleships in the previous fight, so I think we'll call it quits. Enemy smoke spotted to the south, no doubt about it, but we are going to continue and end the battle right there. I love the crew losses there. We lost 8 men, they lost 47. Of course, managing to sink the Albacore. Just a torpedo boat. This was not as good as our last battle where we sunk an actual battleship. Nonetheless, the outcome is a victory. I love it. How you doing? Great to see you, Robert Roberts. What would you change to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts so far? I think this game has a lot of potential. I'd like to see... I think I need to play more before I actually give some info on that. I mean, I will say I'm ecstatic about the campaign situation. I think that since they're going as early as 1880, I would love to see more countries involved. You know, let's go crazy and just add, you know, any naval power at the time. Look at that, 86 victory points. So far as the German Empire, we are doing quite well. Excuse me for a few moments, guys. I gotta take a little break here. Just give me 30 seconds and I'll be back. Sorry about that, folks. Call of Nature. Yeah, they are called Game Labs, the company that creates this game. I'm actually friends with Nick Tomadis, one of the members of Game Labs. And for those of you that don't know, Nick Tomadis created all of the Darth Mod mods for all of the Total War games. So think about that. The same guy that created these games was also responsible for creating those amazing additions to the Total War games that we play and love. So yeah, absolutely awesome, and I'm really glad to see them in charge of these particular games. Nonetheless, folks, let's get into another battle. Let's keep it going. I want to thank everybody for showing up to these streams, by the way. And this one is in a very, very cold place, a cruiser duel. Should we go ahead and fight it, guys? Our other battles have been, like, you know, very large. This is just two cruisers against each other. Mine is slightly larger, so I'm going to take an even harder hit to my morale if I fail this particular mission. Let's go for it. So here we go. Should we go for the fight, or should we auto-resolve it? I'm going to let you guys decide. Yeah, absolutely. They were the creators, or at least Nick Tomatis is the creator of Darth Mod, all that stuff. And if you guys want to see a really cool interview here on this channel, just type in Agrippa Maxenius interviews Nick Tomatis, or Agrippa Maxenius interviews Darth Mod. Just type that in, or interviews Darth, and you'll actually get to hear him speak. Wow, Razgritz, thank you so much, buddy. Thanks so much, man. That's going to go to a good place. Actually, right now, that's going to go to my Merchant Mariner's Handbook, which is just some information on becoming a Merchant Mariner. Thank you so much, man. I also want to thank the two people that followed us on Twitch. I saw that as well. I didn't comment on it just because we don't currently have the little icon that has like the Twitch notification. But thank you so much. Thank you so much, Raskritz. All right, let's go for the cruiser duel. Let's try it out. So far, we've had these massive battles. Let's see what it's like between just two cruisers. Two light cruisers. May the best man win. Southwest it is. All right, here we go. Look this way. And by the way, for the rest of the stream, Raskritz just completely got rid of all the ads, so you won't have to see any more ads for the rest of the stream. Thank you so much, buddy. Here we go, guys. Can the Stettin stand up to this? He's already done a pretty good job in previous battles, but I'm not sure we're going to be able to beat the enemy. I'm just going to go to 5 speed so that we close in. We've also got some smoke. Do we have any torpedoes? We do have torpedoes. And again, in this case, look at that. We've got frontal torps. So all we need to do is get the front of our ship here aimed directly at the foe. And I think we're good. Southwest. Well, we are definitely going southwest. Really? I didn't... Anasi, I did not know that. I haven't spoken to Nick in a couple months, but I didn't know that. That's sad. But you know, you gotta sell your soul a little bit in the gaming industry. You know how it is. Little bit of soul selling here and there. It's pretty much part of the industry. Why do you think Ola Agrippa here decided to get out of public relations with the video game industry and instead become a merchant mariner? Because I see it for the evil that it is. You know, what else are you gonna do? Not spotting this guy. We're definitely going southwest, so if we don't spot him soon, we'll just take another approach and go for a different battle. And really, thank you again, Raskritz. I really appreciate that, man. Another thing that people can do, if you see anybody chatting here and they have a little Agrippa symbol next to their name, like Anthony Jones, what that essentially means is that they have joined the channel as members. And, you know, I wish I could promise you guys, oh, I'm going to give you guys like a personalized message and stuff like that. No, it's just a good way to support the channel, and you get a cool little avatar. Of course, if there's anything I can do for you within reason, I'll consider it. How about that? Take a look here to the west. It looks like he has shifted. Certainly doesn't want to fight. Come on now. It could be worse than Nasi. He could be working for Games Workshop. You know, there are worse places to work and worse masters to serve. So that's a great question, Anasi, and it's sort, number one, I'm gonna be 33 in January, so I've been researching different ways to kind of approach this particular job, and one of the ways to approach it is to hosspipe it, which means to just work my way from an ordinary seaman, up to an able seaman. What I think I'm gonna do, because I've saved some money, and what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna have to head back to New York City. Essentially go to a college there that has a maritime course for 2 years, where I would get my AB license, get all the licenses I need to become an able seaman. And my goal over time, I can't really say I have a goal. This, I have to say, like, this particular job just kind of stumbled on me. I've been pretty lost for a couple of years. Obviously, I've been trying to make the YouTube thing work and the Twitch thing work. And, especially when I started this channel, I was very, very lucky. I got a position with Slytherin Games. I was doing independent PR work with a lot of different companies, and I was overall just doing really well for myself. But the last year or so, I've just been totally lost, and I found that, that merchant seaman thing, and I was like, this really looks like something I could genuinely be interested in. So I think what my goal is to go ahead, get into school, just for 2 years, and of course get the AB rating, because while you're at the school, you're also on ships during the summertime, and I think even during school time you're on some ships, or just start doing some OS work, some ordinary seaman work, and work my way up to OB. Sorry if that was a mouthful for anybody, or if anybody didn't understand that, but yeah, that's sort of the approach. The other approach is just to hosspipe it, that is, to be an ordinary seaman initially, work for 365 days on the ocean, and then I would get my AB license. And that is something else I've considered. But no matter what I take, I'm going to have to leave Portugal temporarily and go back to the United States. And as much as I love the US, it's not something I really want to do. I've kind of built a life for myself here, but I think it has to be done. Let's just put it that way. Let's see. And as for, am I training for a command position? I think so. I think that my goal is to become a third, second, or first mate. I haven't decided on whether I want to be a captain yet. I definitely don't want to go to an academy for 4 years right now. I'm almost 33 years old. So the most I'm willing to spend is, pretty much 2 years training to get that AB. But I really appreciate you asking me those questions, man, because, again, it's an interest. It's a sudden interest that I've taken a real interest in. If I say interest again, have me shot. And I really do appreciate people, asking me about it. Coastal shipping or long-distance shipping? Honestly, I'm fine with either. So I know that, like, coastal shipping is referred to as brown water shipping. I am fine with doing, a 6-month job, going from coast to coast. But especially since I'm planning to go to New York, I wouldn't mind... I'm going to skip this battle because it's not a very big one. I wouldn't mind doing the brown water or the coastal stuff initially, just to kind of, pun intended, dip my feet in the water, But I'm fine with either. I really am. Doesn't matter to me. Whatever makes me some cash. It's not... And the other thing about this job is, like... And look, I have only once, maybe for a couple of months, been in a position where I was making, like, really good money. Never on Twitch. But the thing that appeals to me about this Merchant Mariner stuff, guys, it's not just the money side of it. It's like, it sort of gives me a reason. This is going to sound really weird. It sort of gives me a reason to live. It gives me a reason to, like, it makes me an essential worker. And I kind of want that. I want that level of respect of, like, this is somebody we need. Nobody needs a fucking YouTuber making videos. It's entertaining and all that, and it's a cool hobby, but it's not useful to society. And as a merchant mariner, I would actually, serve a purpose. Oh, we've got a hell of a fight, but we're going to take it on. Here we go, guys. The Friedrich-Gosse, the Markgraf, the Berlin, and a torpedo boat against the Prince George, another one of the enemy's battleships. Let's try to take them on. Here we go. Why not? Yeah, exactly. How you doing, Liam? Yeah, I think so. And also, I see it as a real, like, not just a job, because a lot of the PR stuff that I've done in the last few years, it's just a job. I need a career. I need something that I can sort of rely on, you know? All right, enemy spokes spotted to the west. Gotta go this way. Everybody to the west. Yeah. Purpose. And yeah, I think if I believe that I can take on that level of responsibility, I would go the captain route. But of course, you know, being a captain is one of those things where it's almost like being a doctor. You're on call 24 hours a day. The level of responsibility there is not necessarily something I want to take on, you know? Maybe given some time, I will. But right now, I really want to be, like, my dream job would be, like, a second or first mate. Essentially, the right hand to the captain. So, like, I could give advice, I could give some recommendations. When the captain is sleeping, I would essentially be in charge of navigating the ship. But in terms of being a captain, not something I want to do just yet. Excuse me, guys. I've been on the Intrepid more times than I can count, but that was ages ago. Yeah, so I've definitely visited some World War II era ships. But not in a long time. Let's go ahead and turn that to 10. Still not seeing any enemy ships. They're supposed to be in the west. Oh, I am starting to spot them. Okay, let's just get back to normal speed here. It's going to take the torpedo boat and start going straight towards the enemy. With our light cruiser, we'll just try to get a better trajectory here. In fact, no, we'll go towards the enemy with the light cruiser as well. We're simply not in range. And my main focus is the enemy battleship. Let's switch formation to normal instead of tight. Actually, lifeboat training is one of the licenses I need for the AB. Is actually getting, you know, training how to use a lifeboat, how to deploy a lifeboat, etc. Come on, boys. There's the enemy ship. We've got the warship right there. I'm pretty sure that's it. I'm pretty sure that's the boat we're looking for. Although, hopefully during this battle, we also get a chance to fire at some of the transport vessels. Let's take a look. Maybe not. No, yeah, no, it is. It's the battleship. Again, battleships this early on are not nearly as impressive, although you can imagine that for people during this time period, they are ridiculously impressive. Let's get closer, even closer. I'm not firing smoke yet, but we have that as a possibility. Berlin. Just want to get into torpedo range. Let's see. So is that a lot of different variables in this game affect accuracy, including the crew training. There we go. Got some flooding on the enemy ship. Let's keep it going. And we also have some torpedoes here. Of course, we can only use them if we turn away. So let's not worry about it now. Let's just keep on firing. Set some more fires on board here. All right, let's try to turn away now. Come on. Oh, look at that. Pretty severe damage to the Suedledge. We've done all right here. I would love to get a torpedo off, but actually I think he might be traveling too fast for the torpedo to be useful. Yeah, exactly, Anasi. I think another thing that one has to infer from what you just said, if you look at the cargo ship situation in the world right now and just the lack of, well, the lack of merchant seamen and the lack of available dock workers, we call them longshoremen, is dramatic. Because, and here's the thing, you know, as somebody who's gone to public schools and public universities as well, all they teach you is like, you need a degree, you need a degree, you need a degree. Nobody teaches you about valuable trades that are essential, you know, to the world we live in. So you've got situations right now, and of course coronavirus also plays a part, but you've got situations in the world we live in right now, and this torpedo boat's about to eat it, where there's just simply not enough people to perform certain tasks, you know? So I'm hoping that in my own little way, by taking this job, I can, you know, do my part to put a stop to that. By the way, I just realized how deadly all these enemy torpedo boats are. My goodness. Let's take out the Soot Ledge first, though, and then we'll worry about the torpedo boats. But for now, I'll have the Berlin focus on these other torp boats. Man, they are everywhere, and they are scary. Kill them quickly, boys. But it is quite a switch of careers, of course. What I've been told, I'm not going to give the name of the union, but what I have been told from one of the Mariner unions is my experience managing a PR team and just PR experience in the past can help to secure an even better job later on. But right now, I really want to work on board. Man, just took a nasty hit right there. Let's focus on the Prince George, guys. That's the enemy battleship. Putting him to sleep would be wonderful. But I'm also going to have the Markgraf focus directly on the Soot Ledge. And right now, that is weighing us down. All that water on the bottom of the ship is weighing us down for sure. Watch the friendly fire. Nice shot. Perfect shot by the Friedrich Gosse. Prince George just took a nasty hit to the side there. The port side. And he fired some torpedoes. Don't think we can avoid those. The speed is just not good enough, unfortunately. All right, keep going with the Markgraf. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I mean, you know, I've been wrestling with going back and getting just a regular degree because I have 53 credits, like a sociology or a psychology degree. But it's like, what's the point? You know, I have so many friends that have degrees and don't get any work. At least with this particular job or this career, you know I'm going to get work. So, and I get to be a freaking sailor. That's something to be proud of. I'm going to get one of those really silly, superficial nautical tattoos. You know, just gonna live it up. Here we go, boys and girls. Come on, boys. Damn it, Berlin. Fire your torpedo. So he's about to turn now. He might fire that torp, although he might sink before the torp can even be shot. Once the back of that ship is showing, we can fire the torp. Although at least the Prince George has taken quite a few hits. We've already killed 2 of their battleships, so it's not like they haven't managed to do some damage. Although I fear this fleet is still in danger because of all the enemy torpedo boats. In fact, just with the fleet like that goes, let's fire at the Porcupine. Let's also switch to armor piercing. Nice! More flooding. Nautical tattoo for the win. Well, the way I've decided is once I get my AD license, which would either be 2 years at school or 365 days at sea. And keep in mind, when you say 365 days at sea, it's not like, you know, oh, you're just, after a year, you get it. Like, I would have to be on a boat on the ocean for 365 days. So I'd anticipate that takes like 2 years. Once I manage to do that, then I'll get the tattoo. That's what I've decided for myself. Well, depending on the kind of work I do, I either want to get a hold fast tattoo or just an anchor. Something like that. All right, we actually did get a nice little hit on that torpedo boat, the Porcupine. He managed to fire on the fleet like the Gosso, though, but hopefully we can send him to the bottom of Davy Jones' locker here pretty quickly. Prince George is taking on massive water. Look at that, guys. Also, some fires on board. I would love to kill this battleship. It did. I saw that, Gabriel. I saw that. When I saw the water, I was like, yeah, that can't be good. Oh! Come on. Well, Anthony, you know, to be honest with you, I'm going to be 33 in January, so I hope I'm not too late already. However, in the same vein as your comment, if I was 10 years younger, I would have gone to one of the naval academies and come out an officer. But, you know, considering my age, I think even the 2-year academy is kind of a push. Like, some people might say I should just hosspipe it right from the get-go. But I figure going to the 2-year academy, I already have some credits in another university that I can transfer over, number one. Number two, I get a degree out of it. And number three, I start on a slightly higher rank. So I think that might be better than just doing, you know, than just hosspiping it, basically. But if you guys have any recommendations, let me know. If you guys think I should just go straight to Texas, skip New York, and just, you know, start working as an ordinary seaman, yeah, it's a consideration. Thank you, Gabriel. Yeah, this is an intense battle. Although I didn't expect the enemy torpedo boats to be so devastating. Well, I think we're going to get this one. Come on, Berlin. Pop some smoke. Oh, shit, look at those torps. No, they're going to hit Fleet like the Glossa. We've done so well against the other enemy battleships, but I think they're about to get their battleships back right here. We killed 2 of their battleships. They're about to kill 1 of ours for sure. Look at that. Right in the port side. There's no way he survives that. What? Friedrich de Gosse just ate that. You gotta be kidding me, man. You gotta be kidding me. That's hard to believe. That is hard to believe. You know what? This entire time, I wasn't really focusing on the Markgraf. Let's turn him completely towards the enemy here. Got some additional flooding on that enemy torpedo boat. Maybe we knock out the Porcupine here. Why not? Be a nice little bonus for us. And yep, she's going down. That flooding is too bad, and down goes a British torpedo boat. No more threat to us. All right, let's focus on the Prince George. That's the target of opportunity. Unfortunately, I think the Berlin is going down here. We'll try to fire one last salvo at the Coquette. And in fact, if he just turns away, he could fire that torpedo. Oh, no. He's taking on way too much water. Down he goes. A lot of structural damage indeed. I mean, I'll still turn it on aggressive, but I think he is going to go down. If he just gets one shot off, he could kill that torpedo boat. Fire the torpedo, come on! Come on, Berlin! Oh, we actually did get a fire on the torpedo boat, the Coquette there. This might be a good opportunity to try to escape. Come on, Berlin. He fired the torp. Guys, the Berlin fired the torp before going down. The question is it going to hit the enemy torpedo boat? But that was pretty badass. Here we go. Oh, come on. Yes. Yes. I don't know how much damage it did, but man, look at that raging fire in the front of the ship. He's going to go down like a stone, I think. Yep, he's taking on massive water. You gotta love those rear torpedoes. That is just so cool, man. There we go. Berlin is still fighting. Now, the Prince George is looking great. No worse for wear, really. So what we might do is just fall back with our existing ships. Although some of them, like the Berlin, they're not necessarily going to be able to make it back to port. And he's still going, despite having a huge hole in the side of his ship. There we go. Another fire. Why not? Gabriel says yes. Berlin is barely containing the flooding, indeed. Although you can see it growing on the bottom deck there. There we go. Coquette is going down. Wunderbar. Three cheers for the brave British sailors on the Coquette, our enemies, unfortunately, in this situation. But we are trying to fight a gentlemanly conflict. We will pick up survivors. Although, if you guys saw our previous fight in this stream, with some of those flash fires, I don't think we had to pick up any survivors. I don't even think it was possible to pick up survivors. Right, so instead of getting ourselves killed, I'm going to grab our group and head this way. I'm going to try to head away from the enemy. I think we've had enough shenanigans for this battle, at least. Let's go. Now, if they decide to turn against us, I will change my mind. In fact, that torpedo boat looks like it is turning towards us, so we'll keep our guns aimed at him. I don't think they're going to let us escape. Those torpedo boats are coming for us. Yeah, they are not going to let us escape. We've still got the Markarov in terms of, like, battle-ready ships. Their battleship might try to get away. Well, this changes our tactics for sure. Let's go ahead and try to knock out the torpedo boats. They're pretty nimble, though, as you can see here. Yeah, those flash fires are deadly. That's what scares me, man, about, you know, look, I know that, for the most part, it's pretty rare for a cargo ship to go down, but it happens. And imagine if you had somebody, like, smoking a cigarette by the gasoline tanks, and one of those flash fires happened. There's no escape. Like, you do not escape from that. Oh, I think they might have us surrounded. We're still going to try to, I was about to say row away. Still going to try to steam away here. But they're absolutely sending everything they can towards us. Oh, Markarov just took a nasty hit. We're still focusing on that torpedo boat, though, so he approaches at his own risk. Oh, is that one of the ships that went down due to flash fire? Damn, the USS Maine. 3 cheers for the USS Maine, and there we go. We'll at least get the Ariel. So if they send torpedo boats to us, hopefully we wipe them out before they become a threat. Watch for collisions. You know what? Greyhound is closer. Let's fire on him. Pop some smoke as well. Again, targets of opportunity. Whatever is closer. There we go. Got to fire on the Greyhound. I think the torpedo boats are merely screening so that that battleship can get away. I think that's all that's really happening right now. And we have not lost a single battleship to the Brits yet. We've killed 2 of theirs. So I'd prefer not to lose any here. I really would. But once they get those torpedoes firing, we've got a problem. I want to give a special thanks also. I saw that 3 or 4 of you guys subscribed to us on Twitch. Or followed us on Twitch, excuse me. I really want to thank you for that. That also helps. And again, if you want to become channel members, get your very own Agrippa Maxentius avatar, and over time it changes. After 12 months, you get a senator avatar. It's just $3 a month by clicking that join button. Look at that. Even the torpedo boats are starting to turn away now, boys. Oh, we've got some flooding on the Greyhound. I wonder why. I wonder why they're turning away. Oh, no. I want to take one of them with us at least. It looks like we can end the battle now, but I'm going to keep this fire going. I want to try to kill another one of these bastards. They can't just attack us, fire their torps, and then escape. Come on now. There we go. Flash flooding, hopefully. Is their battleship coming back for a peace? Does he want a peace? I'll give it to him, man. Have not lost a single battleship. There we go. And we're not about to lose one now. Let's get back to normal speed. You are now subject to attacks by the Kaiser-like Navy. We've got you bastards. There is a named, yes, there is a way to rename ships, absolutely. So once the campaign is a little more developed, we can absolutely have you guys as the ship names for sure. And again, if you want this to be a Twitch exclusive campaign and you want us to continue streams like this, please make sure to wait until the video uploads and then put a comment. Man, it helps us so much. You have no idea. Share with your friends, share it on social media. All of that stuff helps us tremendously. Your guys are pretty badly damaged. We might be better off going ahead and accepting that ceasefire, for lack of a better word. But I really just want to see if we can't kill the Greyhound first. We can actually switch to high explosive for this ship. Same over here, high explosive. He's got pretty weak armor. A lot of our ships have taken a lot of flooding just due to the torpedoes. Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's why I just switched to high explosive. You're absolutely right. So the point that Gabriel is making is when you're fighting stuff like destroyers, torpedo boats, you don't really need to use armor-piercing rounds. Your rounds are going to pierce. It's more for battleships, things like that. That's when you need to try to pierce the armor. So we're switching over here to high explosive. And oh yeah, that did the trick, Gabriel. Did you see that? Nice high explosive hit right in the starboard side of the ship. Let's keep firing. I think we can knock that Greyhound out. In fact, the flooding is pretty dramatic there. Look at that. There she blows. One more down. For the Kaiser-like Marina. You can see there is a fire throughout the ship, but they're still managing to keep this bad boy afloat. For sure, their battleship is not interested in a fight. He is completely gone. And even this torpedo boat, the Ariel, is trying to get the hell out of here despite taking on water. So, yep, it's all about destroying the Greyhound. There we go, son. Another fire on board. Burn them straight to hell. One really cool thing about this game, if we click our ship here, let me see if I can get that visual for you guys. It's not showing up. What the hell? So usually, you'll actually see a representation of our guns loading. I must have clicked a button, but you'll see a representation of our guns loading, so you'll know how long it takes to actually fire the heavier guns for our particular ships. Yeah, that was a nice hit, and you can see that his engines are totally offline. He's not moving at all, basically. Neither are we, though. There's a nice hit. Switching to high explosive here with this ship as well. In fact, this guy is so badly damaged, the Berlin, from 2 torpedo strikes, that we're going to give him AI control and just try to get him away from the area, basically. But we're not giving up until the Greyhound goes down. Come on, boys. They managed to pump all of that water out, which I find to be pretty amazing. And they're actually moving. We do have fast forward on, but they're actually kind of moving. That battleship is still firing at us. Not too concerned about it, though. They would have to get a really lucky hit to tag any of our ships at this distance. But let's knock this guy out. Come on. What a tough little bastard. So many fires on board. And again, at the end of this battle, we're going to get an idea of how many crew went down. But I wonder how many crew would have had to be on board this thing to keep it afloat. And you just look at that. They've got fires everywhere. If you guys look at the diagram, there is water all over the bottom decks. Unbelievable, man. Come on, kill the Greyhound. My goodness. Even just with high explosive rounds, we're still getting over-penetrating hits. And there she goes. They're barely pumping it out. You could actually see them pumping out the water, but it was not enough. She's sinking due to heavy flooding. Evidently, the battle is still not over. We're not getting that end battle option, so maybe we need to go after the area. Well, why not? Might as well get another kill, right? There we go. The end battle screen is back up. Let's just see if we're getting any decent hits. It doesn't really look like it. We'll let the Ariel get away. All right, guys. So actually, in terms of crew losses, it was pretty even. We did come out with more victory points than the British. But as you can see, 141 able seamen lost on our side and officers, as well as 153 lost on the enemy side. Man, a hell of a fight. How you going, Mr. Norris? Good to see you. All right, guys. Well, I want to give a very special thank you to everybody that stopped by. I really, really do appreciate it. And a special thanks to Black Razor and Boss Foss for following us on Twitch. Again, we do a lot of our streams there on Twitch, so I recommend anybody that can go there does. I also want to go ahead and give out the Discord invite for anybody that hasn't yet joined. And I want to show you guys really quickly here, since you guys get a first-hand view of just how YouTube works against us. So if you want to look there at the playbacks, we're both watching the same screen. You can see that the playbacks are 292. But you're going to find something very interesting, and that is that when we upload this to YouTube, that number is automatically going to be halved for whatever reason. So instead of being like 300 views, it's going to be 150 or maybe even 100. So just something to consider, and that's why we need your support on this channel. We need those likes, those comments, those subscriptions. Share with your friends, and if you can, join the channel like the awesome Anthony Jones and plenty of others. It really helps us out. I want to thank everybody. And once again, if you want this to become a channel exclusive campaign and you want us to do a part 2 of our Kaiserreich campaign, I should say, then just make sure for the video to upload and then put a comment down below. Obviously, your likes also really help here, guys. Thank you so much for supporting me here. I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't expect to do so well in a naval game, but we actually came away with a few battleship kills. We came away with a number of victories, so I am excited to do some more Dreadnoughts in the future. Again, if you are new, please subscribe to the channel, and I appreciate everybody's support in this endeavor, be it me going for Merchant Mariners or me just doing good old-fashioned YouTube videos. Take care, my friends. Thank you again. And very special thank to Raz Grizz. Thank you, buddy.